Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video without a proper YouTube channel intro clip. The students have spoken. We've got to get this fixed. I feel a project coming up soon where maybe you guys can design your own or design one for me, and we'll go from there. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to finish up using the drawing tools that are in PowerPoint. Um, it is freezing outside. Tomorrow it's going to be February 2nd, Groundhog Day. I figured this was a good day to do the Florida Snowman project. So this is a student example from last year. Some of the basic elements of this picture I would like in the final, although you're going to have a lot of opportunities to kind of create your own vision here. If I get this to escape here we go. All right, so I'm going to ask that if you have access to the actual PowerPoint program, that you please use it. If not, regular PowerPoint will work just fine. You're going to want to use blank slides for this. So this has already got a name, but for those of you just opening up, you're going to want to hit File, Save As, This PC, Desktop, and call yours Florida Snowman. The example part's just for me. And then hit Save. All right, after you do that, kind of the choice is yours, depending on which version you're running or computer programs you've got. You can come up and hit save from time to time as you're working. You can hit Control S, or you can turn autosave on. All right, so what we're going to do is just start with a basic circle. I'm going to change it to white, and I'm going to change the outline to black. So I'm going to copy and paste, Control C and Control V. I'm just going to throw this in here. Give a little oomph to the base there. And I'm going to be moving quickly, more trying to get the techniques than the smaller details. So once we've got the general shape, down here you'll be using this a lot during this project, which is the zoom tool. So I'm going to zoom in on the face. We're going to drop in a couple of eyes. Once you get one, go ahead and change the color, and then Control C and Control V. That way you've got two that you know are exactly the same size. All right, so for the nose, you could go in and grab a triangle, but I'm going to ask that you grab or try the freeform shape. So this is a neat tool. Each time you click, it will change directions with you. Right? What some people accidentally use the freeform, and they will just hold the mouse the whole time, and what it does, you lose all the crispness of it. So this is click, click, click. Basically, you click the mouse every time you want to change direction. So we're going to drop that in there, and go orange and black. Now you can use whatever shape you would like for some of these more minor details. All right, I have very little artistic ability, and the snowman's not very excited about my drawing, so he's just gonna give me one of these looks. All right, so I'm gonna zoom back out, check him out. All right, we're in good shape. So now I'm gonna add a classic hat on him. Again, if you think you've got the skills for a beanie or any other kind of shapes, go for it. Don't feel like you've got to produce exactly what I've got going on. If this is a real challenge for you, then just stick closer to my design. All right. Now, in this example, she's gone in and put, the Cole smile and buttons and these great arms, and even designed a scarf using the curve tool, which acts very similar to the freeform. Every time you click it, it will curve. And we'll talk about that a little later for those of you that want to put in a little icy lake over here. All right, to save time, I'm just going to throw a couple arms on them, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so now that I've got him basically where I want him, I would like to actually kind of move him out of the way so that I can use all this other white space back here to continue drawing so that I can get as much detail as possible. So in order to do that, we're going to group them. So I've zoomed way out, and I'm going to click and highlight everything that I want to group together. Now it's important to do this now instead of later when you've got all these little details and other objects in the way. So after you highlight them, you're going to go to Arrange and Group, and now use one guy. You can now Control C, Control V, and now you've got a second one. Right? So it seems strange. I'm going to go back to kind of a regular size here. What I'm going to do with this guy is actually make him really small and kind of just tuck him off to the side so that he's not in the way of the next step. All right, and you can do that throughout this project. Get an object done and kind of hide it. It may make life a little easier for you. So the next step and the last thing I'm going to demo during this video is setting the mountains. So again, we're freeform tool, and only click when you want to change directions, and you're going to get these really crisp straight lines. Now, your mountains don't have to be laid out exactly like mine. I was going rather quick. And there we go. So I'm going to give them kind of a dark tint. And maybe for now I'll keep a black outline. I might change that later. So now what we want to do is we want to put snow on top of the mountains. So again, I'm going to zoom way in. Use the slide bar. All right. And you can see I'm, well over 250% here, zoom, and it really makes life easy. So again, back to the freeform tool. All right, now we're going to go white and just kind of a hint of a light gray. So you could group the mountains if you thought you needed to, the mountains and the snow together, but they're such a large object that odds are you won't be moving them throughout the project. So I've done quite a bit of work so far, and I haven't hit save lately. That was the first time I thought about it, so I went over and hit saved. All right. So let's say you make a mistake and you click way out here, and you're like, uh-oh, oh my God, Mr. Cat, what do I do? I have to do is hit escape, and it lets go. Now you're going to have to delete this, but it won't make life worse for you. So again, back to the free form. If you mess up, just hit escape and delete it. I think there's one more. Oh, just the hint of one over here. We'll give him a hint of snow, and we'll be done with this first step. Now you notice this right here is going off essentially the page. That's okay. You can follow it, do it. And when I look at this on a slideshow viewing, I won't realize that that's kind of fallen off the side there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sad little snowman and find a better spot for him. And I want him right here, but now all of a sudden his hat and his eyes and some of the details have disappeared. All right, so again, this is dealing with arranging objects either forwards or backwards. And depending on a lot of different variables, you may need to bring the snowman forward. And if that doesn't work, you can select the mountains and send them backwards. But let's try this first. Let's try the snowman, bring him forward. There we go. All right. So now that I've got this detail set, this is where I'm going to pause this video and we will pick up with the rest in the next one. See you guys later.